I don't know what this is about. You asked me to set up the recording gear.
Yep.
And you said we're going to record something, and we don't have an episode planned yet.
Yep. So I want to know what your guesses are on my surprise.
So you've told me that you have an idea of something that you might want to do, but you want to run it by me or potentially surprise me. But you also said it was under $12,000.
And I said it's under 10.
Which is a shocking thing to hear. So my first reaction was that you bought a trailer.
And then I clarified that I had not bought a trailer.
And then you wanted to record, so I assume it has something to do with one of our upcoming Disneyland trips. Is that accurate? Or do you not want to say?
Yep. So
my mind gravitates to one of two things.
Okay.
One, you either really want to stay on property at one of the Disneyland hotels, either the Grand Californian or Disneyland, or you found someone to purchase your way into Club 33. Am I in the ballpark with either of those?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's something you want to do?
Yeah.
Which one is it? It's Disneyland property, isn't it?
It is. Good guess. Okay. So hear me out. Hear me out. The hotel that we have lined up, we are not going those dates anymore in January. And so partly because of flights not lining up like we wanted to, because the airport that we normally fly out of changed their flights. Now I have to change all that. And we also don't want to use as much vacation as we had originally planned. So we're shortening the trip. So this was a couple weeks ago, I went to change the hotel dates.
Okay.
We like to stay at the Parkview Inn. That's like our go-to. And they don't have our room through the dates that we want to stay. I was trying to research other hotels.
So we'll just upgrade then, huh?
No. So I was looking at the Candy Cane Inn because we've talked about wanting to stay there. And I thought, well, if we're going to be spending that kind of money per night, I wonder what the on-property hotels are per night. Now, we are going in January when things are a little bit quieter. And I've done some research.
Okay.
And the dates that we are going, the Disney property hotels have the lowest nightly rates for the entire year.
So what are you thinking? I'm very excited at this prospect, but knowing you've thought this through extremely thoroughly.
Yes, I've been thinking about this for I've been thinking about this for a couple of weeks. I've talked to somebody who is a Disney Vacation Club member.
So this has been going on for a little while then. I thought this was a spur of the moment thought from this afternoon.
Oh no, this has been a long time coming. So the reason today that it culminated, I've been waiting for Costco to drop 2024 dates, and they finally did. And just
you want to do this.
My phone's going to hear us talking and be like, oh, now it's
jump those prices.
I was contemplating for Christmas booking the Grand Californian for our family.
Okay.
And here are the reasons why. You have a separate entrance from the Grand Californian into California Adventure. We are there specifically because it is Lunar New Year. Other hotels, the other two Disneyland hotels cannot use that, and you get a half an hour early morning access. Reason number 2 is it is the closest hotel to the parks. And so a lot of people have said like it's just great because then you can go back and forth throughout the day and it's a lot easier. And then
is there an entrance to the Grand Californian in downtown Disney? There is, isn't there?
Yep. So then you also have a very clear shot to Disneyland. So the pools in the Grand Californian will be open. They have a little bitty water slide and then a bigger one. Looks very cool.
That's perfect for me.
Very fun. If we're going to stay at the Grand Californian, this is probably the cheapest we will ever find it. And had we stayed at it like 5 years ago, it would be cheaper than this, right? But at the point we're at in our lives, the price will only inflate. My coworker and friend who has stayed there, she is a Disney Vacation Club member. They stayed at the Grand Californian last year, and she absolutely loves it. She's going to be staying at the villas in November. So that'll be the brand new property that's being built. So she's going to be staying there in November, but she says that she absolutely loves the Grand Californian.
She's not a Club 33 member by any chance?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should probably verify.
I'll see her later this week. It's not cheap, but we are using points on flights, so we are not paying for flights. So if there's any time to do it, this is it.
That's a good point.
Because I checked multiple other weekends and it's like up till that week, prices they climb until like right after New Year and then they go down to the week we're going and then they just keep climbing after that.
Okay, let's seriously consider that and we'll let the podcast know once we make a final decision.
To all Disney adults and morbidly curious casuals, we proudly present our spectacular festival pageant of theme park ramblings and peculiar opinions in thousands of seconds of average quality sounds of Mice and Matterhorns podcast.
I am your hostess, Shannon.
And I'm your host, Daniel.
I never know whether to say hosts or hostess.
Host, co-host.
Hostess Cupcakes.
Yeah, I'm your hostess, Cupcake Daniel. Welcome to Of Mice and Matterhorns, where we revel alongside and reveal the mystery of Disney adults.
Someday I'll learn to say that, but I can't for the life of me remember.
I'm not 100% sure I'm saying it in the correct order every time.
Yeah, so our introduction was actually recorded probably a month ago, so we're just using it now. And so our next episode, you will get to hear an update in regards to that.
Yeah, it's taken a few twists and turns since we recorded that, so... We'll dive into that.
It's been quite a roller coaster for us.
Yeah, a real whirlwind.
We should have done Disney puns right then. Like that was a really incredible roller coaster, or
it was a real incredicoaster of emotions, or a whirlwind.
Incredicoaster. What was it?
Was a real incredicoaster,
or a whirlwind of emotion. Maybe you can like piece that in, or you can just.
Should we take it clean?
You want to include all this mess?
What a mess. Speaking of mess, our household is in a bit of a mess. We are on the tail end of COVID. And
yeah, we are. I'm hoping our kids are too.
Crossed. They've been testing negative. Anyway, let's jump into this because we have a full episode ahead of us today. And we bring up COVID specifically. That's why we didn't get our episode out on time because
neither of us sounded like ourselves.
No, but before we get too into this, we do have another 5-star review from Apple iTunes. Also, if you do leave us a review, thank you so much. If you could let us know on one of our social medias, because apparently I don't get alerted. I just had to go and look for it. We have a review from T. Osborne 917 who says, "My daughter and I love listening to Daniel and Shannon talk about their Disneyland experiences. Their banter back and forth is awesome, and we always look forward to new episodes." So thank you very much, T. Osborne. And
yes, thank you, T. Osborne.
Thank you, Tracy.
Does she want her name said?
I don't think she minds. And specifically, thank you so much, Taylor.
Yes, thank you, Taylor.
We're glad that you like listening. And one of these days, I'm going to have to figure out how the whole cell phone feature on this works because we've got some questions to ask you on our podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that Taylor is quite the Disney buff.
Apparently.
So I'd like to tap into her knowledge.
Make her prove it. Shrek is her favorite Disney movie.
Oh, my word.
Her favorite Disney park is Knott's Berry Farm.
She's gonna be giving her mom like dagger eyes through that. Like, what have you been telling Daniel?
But thank you very much, both of you. Tracy's already got a pin. I'll find one and give it to Taylor, or give it to her.
She can have mine.
Taylor. There we go.
I have one.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll get you an Of Mice and Matterhorns pin. We should probably jump right into this. What are we doing today?
We are talking about food, one of our favorite things. You know, we talk about food a lot, and it's usually what do we want to eat for dinner? And no one knows what to eat for dinner. And so when we go to Disney, and we've talked about this because we have had people say, why do you like to go to Disneyland on every vacation? And honestly, it's because it's simpler. I don't have to think about what we're going to do or where we're going to eat or anything like that because we're in a theme park and it's all right there. We're going to talk about food because their holidays food guide came out, as well as their, as I called it earlier to you, festival of foods, but it's the festival of holidays. Food guide came out. So we've got 2 different food guides to go over for the holidays. So we are super excited for that because, I mean, Disney food is pretty good. I mean, it's not amazing, but it is pretty good. There are some amazing things. And so when you get the holiday food guides, it just adds some variety in.
Yeah, their constant change of menu is part and parcel to why I like going there. I mean, there's a big part of it is the familiarity. We know the California park specifically so well that there's nothing intimidating about going there.
Mm-hmm.
But the constant menu changes is one of the things that gives us something new to look forward to almost every single time we go, which is fun.
The foodie guide to holidays at the Disneyland Resort and starting in the Disneyland Park.
Yeah, let's go ahead and start. And I will give you a little behind the scenes here. Shannon does this every time we get one of these foodie guides. Prints out a copy, in this case 2 copies, and we have different colored highlighters so that we can go through the entire thing and highlight the things that look interesting to us. Now, I will say, if you put any one of these items in front of me, I would eat it or drink it.
Now, we're not going over the entire foodie guide. We are going over our top picks. We might mention some honorable mentions, but
yeah,
we are going specifically over ours. Now, I will have to say I was a little disappointed. So Daniel had got COVID first, and we banned him to the basement in the hopes that none of the rest of us would catch it. I printed out the foodie guides. I left him a highlighter in the basement, and I said, here's your homework. And then the next day I got COVID, and he hadn't done his homework.
I was down here dying.
You weren't dying.
Binge watching a season and a half of The Bear
there
because
you go.
that show turns out is super good.
That is what you were doing. You weren't dying. COVID has not been that bad to us this time. It's kind of a mix between the flu and a cold. So not as bad as the flu, but not as easy as a cold.
Yeah. And I'm kicking myself because I was talking about getting the booster like 3 weeks ago and I didn't. These are my highlights. We're not going to get to all of them.
You don't know that.
I don't know that.
Well, we're not going on an outing. We're going on an eating. Wasn't that in the book Francis?
I don't know what the book Francis is.
What?
Is it Disney?
No. I think it's like a little hedgehog or something. But I even bought bedtime for Francis.
Your family says that a lot. We're going on an eating. So I assumed it was like...
It's from the book Francis. I can't remember which one. I think it's something with a picnic. But anyway... That's where the quote isn't.
We're going on an eating.
The quote isn't from my family. It's from a book. I thought
this is like a weird Shannon's family-ism. I was like, all right. It made, okay, 12 years in, it never made sense to me. Like, it kind of sounds like outing. And I was just like, all right, this is just one of their things. I didn't know it was from something.
Yeah, it's from a book.
Okay. We're going on an eating.
I thought you knew.
No, I don't even know what Francis is. I'm sort of a Beatrix Potter kind of boy. Your dad says it so much.
I'm gonna have to find the.
Yeah, you're gonna have to prove this one. Let's jump right in. So the way this guide is organized, it's by dining location. So we'll just go ahead and go down there. Alien Pizza Planet. Did you highlight the one item there?
Oh, you didn't copy my highlights to yours like I copied your highlights to mine?
Oh, so you know what I'm going to say. I need you to pretend like you don't have mine highlighted on your list.
No, I do. Okay. I come prepared for everything.
Did you agree? The Santa Alien Macaron.
That was yours, but I have heard too many people complain about it turning their teeth green, so I'm terrified to eat it.
The Santa Alien Macaron. So it's an alien Santa macaron filled with marshmallow cream and chocolate ganache. The thing is, macarons are like my favorite cookie, and so I'll try it at any point. I really like chocolate ganache.
There's one you missed in DCA, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, I didn't. Listen, it was a quick trip last time.
No. Oh. I'm talking about this foodie guide. You didn't mark it, and I was shocked and horrified, so I did.
I'll eat it too.
All right, Bengal barbecue.
The Jingle Julep, frozen white hot chocolate, cookie butter drizzle, cocoa dusted, and finished with a pretzel rod. That sounds yummy. It looks good, looks cool, and maybe while we're there, we can get some pork belly skewers. The Bengal Barbecue is located in Adventureland. It's kind of an Indiana Jones themed restaurant where they have a lot of meat and veggie skewers.
All right, Blue Bayou, we didn't have anything highlighted there,
mostly because we're not gonna get in there.
We're not going there, but they have, I just want to mention it, classic Christmas chocolate decadence tart. If we were going there, if we had reservations, I would definitely get that.
Yeah, that was the one I would have picked too. It might be fun to do that with the boys at some point, or try to get a standby. Maybe
if family comes to the park with us, then we could hand them off and then go.
It's more the atmosphere too. Like eating inside Pirates of the Caribbean is cool.
Yeah, sitting at a restaurant with them is not. All
Galactic Grill?
Galactic Grill. We both had the Hyperdrive Holiday Chicken Sandwich. I had it highlighted because I had a feeling that you would get it and then I could take a bite. But this is fried chicken sandwich with cranberry orange, marmalade barbecue sauce, provolone, onion rings, and arugula on a toasted brioche bun.
I've never had bad chicken at Disneyland, and this sounds really good.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else highlighted at Galactic Grill?
If you were going to be eating there, I was going to eat the orange cranberry parfait. I have seen other people eat this. This is an orange cranberry cake with cream cheese icing topped with an orange cream-filled cream puff, dried cranberries, and a holiday sprinkle. Well, holiday sprinkles.
I'd taste it. Sounds fine to me.
I believe people have got it in years prior when we've watched videos and they've liked it. So I love orange and cranberry. So if you're going to be eating that sandwich, then I'm probably get the parfait. And our youngest will probably at least take a bite. At the Hungry Bear restaurant, I had the blood orange lemonade highlighted. We do not typically eat at the Hungry Bear. So if we do, I will get it. There's been a few drinks over the years that I've wanted to try, but if we don't end up eating there, I don't bother.
That's the Hungry Bear and what's the DCA Smoke Jumpers?
Smoke Jumper Grill.
My biggest thing with that is all the food looks really good. I, for some reason, have a hard rule of not eating hamburgers in the park. It seems like such a common food and there's so much more interesting stuff. That being said, all their burgers look really good.
All right. At the Jolly Holiday Bakery Cafe, we have the Thanksmas sandwich. It is oven roasted turkey breast, gravy, stuffing, and cranberry sauce on rustic bread served with house-made chips.
I have a few, like a very few things I want to put as like a must try, and this is one of them.
Yes, same.
Jolly Holiday is like our favorite, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Consistently has some really cool stuff.
Yep. We also both had the Mickey ornament macaron. You were right on the name. It's a pearl dusted white macaron shells filled with chocolate ganache and peppermint mousse. This is new. Our youngest is going to absolutely love this.
This is the dessert I think I'm most excited for.
We are probably going to have to get at least 2 of them, maybe more.
Yeah. Aesthetic wise and like flavor wise, everything about this is a win for me.
I also would like to get the chocolate cake snow globe, layers of chocolate sponge cake, truffle mousse, and chocolate glaze topped with a buttercream tree, red and white pearls, and a chocolate star, and snow powder. I have not gotten anything chocolate that is of quality at Disneyland yet. So when something chocolate comes out, I want to try it because it's like maybe they've finally figured chocolate out.
You're a very picky chocolate person. I remember trying to impress you by bringing you C's chocolate when we were dating. No, was this even before we were dating? It was just like a nice thing I was trying to do. And you could not even feign like joy. And then you gave me a chocolate necessities. It tastes delicious. I still like C's.
C's tastes like plastic chocolate.
So
like I can eat
know
like
that going into
Kit
this.
Kat or something like that like has a wafer or caramel, something in it. But if it's gonna be solid chocolate,
C's candy chocolate butter, baby.
it's gotta like Theo Chocolate. I'll just put a plug for them. They're Seattle based. They are fair trade, and so they deal with like small individual farmers and stuff like that, which is really cool. We have toured their facility down in Seattle.
Yeah, that was fun.
But their chocolate's really good. So I'll just put a plug for them. Chocolate Necessities as well. I used to work for them. Anyway.
The next one highlighted just had enough buzzwords that it got me to highlight it. Snowman cinnamon roll cheesecake, cinnamon roll flavored cheesecake, cream cheese icing, milk chocolate, nougatine arms, and snowman chocolate decorations.
That's not a new one, huh?
Apparently not. I don't remember that at all. But also, I didn't go last year for Christmas, so.
Okay, we've only made it through 2 pages. We've got to pick up the pace.
Hustle this up.
Mickey gingerbread, we both have highlighted. This is, I think, a top holiday food. And I brought one home for you and our youngest to share. And I really wish I had brought more than that because it was good. So my friend and I got one to share in the parks, and then I had bought a second to bring home. But I am not a huge fan of gingerbread, and it was phenomenal. It's soft. It's not hard. Because when I think gingerbread, I think a hard cookie. This is like ginger snap, but way better than a ginger snap cookie because like you said, there's like that cake cookie combo in there.
I would say maybe more the consistency of like a soft snickerdoodle cookie, but it's gingerbread.
See, and I never think of snickerdoodles as like a positive thing. Have you ever had a ginger snap cookie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A ginger snap cookie.
Okay.
My ginger snap cookie.
Market House.
Yeah, I highlighted the Mickey gingerbread cookie.
again.
It's on here like 6 times.
So they do sell it at multiple places. So Daniel just forgot and was like, oh, that sounds
That
good. I'll
sounds
highlight it
pretty good.
again. All right. Mint Julep Bar over in New Orleans Square. There we go. I would like to try the Mickey-shaped candy cane beignets. They are dusted with peppermint powdered sugar. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Beignets, I think, are okay. We still have to eat at Tiana's. So we will be trying the food there this time as well. I actually have a Tiana backpack and a t-shirt that I will be wearing with my Haunted Mansion ears. Actually, I shouldn't give too much away because next episode we'll be talking about our outfits because Daniel hasn't picked his out yet and mine have been picked out for like 4 weeks.
Very handsome.
Also, the Huckleberry Mint Julep. Love mint juleps. Interested to try another flavor. So
I didn't highlight a single thing on here because I want you to try the beignets from the Jazz Kitchen because to me those are the superior beignets in the Disney area. Very, very good. I'm interested to try what they've got there. Also, the Huckleberry Mint Julep sounds fine, and I would love to take a sip of yours. That drink is like perfect as is, though.
No, you can't take a sip of mine. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm going to be getting a Huckleberry Mint Julep as well. I mean, the mint julep is like they made it. It's a virgin mojito essentially, with a little extra mint to it. It's really good, really very refreshing. Next up is the Plaza Inn. We'll be trying their holiday items as well as probably having some chicken there. But the chocolate mint shortcake, that looks good to me. It is one that honestly, this is probably one I assume we're going to end up skipping, but it looked yummy to me.
All right. At Rancho del Zocalo Restaurante, the holiday special has chicken tinga, beef, oh dear,
Barbacoa.
Thank you, cheese tamales, Spanish rice, beans, and bolillo. And I don't know what that is, but the rest of it sounded really good. So if we get there, we could try that. That's a lot of food. Red Rose Tavern. We might not get this because I get this version every time, but the holiday gray stuff. So it's a traditional gray stuff with holiday sprinkles and a white chocolate star. I got this last time with Julie when we went at Christmas. And yeah, the gray stuff is great, but there's a lot of other things, so we may not get to that one. We both have the Mocha Peppermint Tavern cold brew marked. We love trying the different cold brews, so we might have to share some cold brews because there's so many to try.
The Mocha Peppermint Tavern cold brew sounds so good to me, though.
Yeah,
it's my most anticipated cold brew, and I'm getting cold brew. Oh, there's one over at Pim too, isn't there?
We might not be able to share this one then. Is that what you're telling me?
Oh no, we won't. No, we won't be able to share this one. You and our youngest can share it.
He can't have coffee. I am not giving a little kid coffee.
Did I highlight the holiday punch too?
You did. I was surprised, but I thought, well, maybe because it had ginger beer in it,
maybe
and you thought it was beer.
No, pomegranate lemonade and ginger beer with spiced coconut topper. Yeah, I can see that. That actually sounds very good to me.
Just do not buy the cauliflower steak
the cauliflower burger
again.
I was curious. Okay. Well, I skipped over the River Belle Terrace almost entirely because I know we're not going to get a reservation there.
Yep.
But that sticky toffee pudding jar sounded yummy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Royal Street Veranda, cookies and cream fritters. That was an impulse. I don't care really if we get it, but cookies and cream and fritters in the same sentence sounded good. Dusted with chocolate cookie sugar and served with sweet cream cheese dipping sauce.
They do look really good. They have a picture of them. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're skipping a couple places, and then the Troubadour Tavern.
Celebration potato. Did you highlight that?
Mm-mm.
Just me, huh? Pulled smoked turkey, whipped cream cheese stuffing, cranberry sauce gravy, and fried onions. I don't know if I'm going to end up actually getting it, but the picture looks really good and the ingredients sound great, and I've never eaten there. So it's a big maybe for me.
Well, and the Lion King show is ending in January, so I kind of feel like we need to go watch it.
I could eat the potato while watching it. Then.
Right.
Okay.
And people have been talking about they're wondering what they're going to bring back as a show, and they're hoping like Mickey's magical map, I think it's called, or something like that. They hope that comes back. I believe we've seen it one time, and I thought the animated wizard in it looked so weird that it was really off-putting.
It's an outdoor theater too.
What I would love to see come back is what was there when I was a child, which was Beauty and the Beast.
I didn't see a single show when I went there as a kid.
We saw every
your family really likes the shows, I found out, because they went without us
February,
And your parents talked about a lot of shows that I've never seen.
And they're like, oh, you didn't see this one or didn't see that one? And I was finally realized, I was like, that's because we were there in January and none of those shows were happening yet.
You grow older
So
from your
they
family,
do
you're
a little bit of a
apart.
lull in January, and we happened to go in that lull. And so we missed those
We have
shows.
different priorities now, I guess.
Yeah. My parents' priorities have never changed. Shows have always been a
They've-
priority.
Our priorities. There's a million churros. We cannot try them all, but quickly the two that I wanted, the three that I highlighted, butterscotch dip. Oh, no, that's not a churro. I just highlighted the butterscotch dipping sauce, a chestnut churro and sugar plum churro, just because they sounded different. How about you?
So I have the chocolate sugar churro and the peppermint ganache dipping sauce for it. That's over by Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters. That was it for Disneyland.
I'm not opposed to a bunch of churros, like trying other ones that I didn't highlight, but I think it's going to be one of those sort of feel it out in the moment type of things.
And it will also depend on what our youngest wants.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, like we keep on referencing what our youngest will like. It's because our oldest hates food.
He will not eat.
So
Like
he'll
anything other than
look
Pizza
at
Planet.
it and be like, nope. And
I can't even pick a
almost-
dessert he likes. It's like all I can think of is Pizza Planet.
yeah, no, he'll eat M&Ms. He won't eat any desserts. People are like, he doesn't even eat cookies. I'm like, nope, too many textures.
We do feed him. It's just that he doesn't choose to eat what we.
We're willing to spend
we're
money on
talking
him.
about what we feed our youngest.
Yes. So just to clarify that piece, we would buy whatever he wanted to. He just doesn't want anything.
Yeah.
So he saves us money. We just pack snacks into the park
Yeah.
for him.
That's another thing. If you're listening to this and don't know, you can pack almost any food you want into the park.
The only thing that they will limit is nothing can be packed in glass.
And
They
no alcohol.
and no alcohol. Yes, but they will not allow glass containers. They will make you, they will confiscate any glass. All right. The last thing that I have highlighted here is pretzels near Star Tours, and that is the toffee pretzel. That is a cream cheese filled pretzel sprinkled with toffee sugar. And we did not highlight anything at the Candy Palace and the Candy Kitchen in Pooh Corner, but there were a ton of treats there. We don't typically get anything other than what's your favorite?
Churro toffee.
The churro toffee. That's usually the only candy-like thing we get, but there are a ton of holiday treats there.
And I'll say the cream cheese filled pretzel is a top tier snack for me. It is one of my absolute favorite things in the park. And I love toffee, so the fact that this holiday version has toffee on it.
Did you highlight it?
Yeah.
And I missed that you
missed
highlighted it.
Yeah, I 100% highlighted it.
I cannot believe
possibly another must get for me.
So Aunt Cass Cafe, there is a Christmas tree pull apart sourdough bread, and it just looks delightful. So I don't know that I will eat it at California Adventure, but I would like to get it and bring it home.
Really? Okay, then we're getting a Baymax one too.
Okay.
We should get. I'm putting my foot down. You're getting a Christmas tree bread. I'm getting a Baymax bread. Award Wieners has a Hollywood beef dip sandwich, sliced roast beef on toasted hoagie roll with fried pickles, provolone avocado spread, caramelized onion, and jalapeno spiced au jus, served with choice of cuties, mandarin oranges, or film strip fries.
I will probably be taking a bite of that because I cannot handle all that spice in a meal.
Do you have anything until the Cozy Cone where I've got highlighted? Cars Land has the Cozy Cones, the chicken pesto cone is what I want. Creamy
That
pesto
looks
Alfredo pasta.
Oh, good. I wish I
marinated
wasn't dairy
chicken,
intolerant.
balsamic glaze, bruschetta tomatoes, and Romano cheese in a edible bread cone. And I've had the mac and cheese in it, and I really enjoy that. I enjoy that method of eating.
They have the chimichanga at that same Cozy Cone. So if you get that, I'll probably get the chimichanga.
I don't have anything highlighted all the way until Smoke Jumper's Grill.
Same.
Caramel crispy churro shake, caramel flavored shake, dulce de leche crispy churro cereal, whipped cream, and chocolate garnish. I was really hoping they had another milkshake that had like a whole slice of cake on the side like last year, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
And I want to try the hibiscus blueberry agua fresca. Hibiscus syrup, blueberry puree, and lime juice served over ice. And hopefully the ice is light because sometimes they put so much ice you get so little drink.
Studio Catering Company is their food truck. The Filipino Feast Burrito is my probably number one thing that I want to try. Pork belly, adobo, fried rice, pancit, and lumpia, all wrapped up in a warm flour tortilla with sweet chili dipping sauce. High expectations for this, which maybe I shouldn't, because the last time I ate there, I got the bulgogi beef ramen burrito. This tasted nothing like bulgogi, and the ramen was crunchy, and so it was bland. It was okay, like it was fine. This, however, looks great.
It does. I have it highlighted, but probably what I'll do is take a bite of yours, and if I do love it, I'll go get my own.
Sounds good to me. No, I'll have a bite of yours.
I also have the Cran Raspberry Refresher highlighted. It is cranberry and raspberry lemonade with a splash of Sprite topped with mint and a cherry. I love different kinds of lemonades. Our oldest actually likes lemonade, so we might convince him to take a sip of this. We'll see. Okay. There's a lot of other treats that we don't have highlighted here. We get to the Paradise Garden Grill. And I don't know that we'll get this, but it just did sound intriguing to me. It's the shareable loaded torta with chicken milanesa. Sorry if I butchered that. Carnitas, sliced ham, chorizo beans, panela cheese, onions, avocado spread, and tomato on telera bread served with chips, chorizo beans, and a wedge of street-style watermelon. This is for 2 to 4 guests.
Oh, it comes with the watermelon.
Yes, it comes with the watermelon.
I did not highlight that, but I'm changing my mind on it. I think I would have.
So maybe we'll be getting that. And the street style watermelon, to clarify, is watermelon with lime juice, chili, lime seasoning, and chamoy. And I think that's a little bit spicy, but I am very interested to try it because I've never had it before.
You never had like chili sauce or chili powder on watermelon, anything like that?
I grew up in a Dutch town.
That's true. You didn't grow up in California. That's all I've got. I mean, other than the popcorn bucket is the last thing I've highlighted. How about you? What is that?
You also highlighted the chocolate flan cake at the Paradise Garden Grill.
Yeah, I do really enjoy flan. So I already threw that page. So what's the description on that one?
Oh.
It's like a slice
It is a layer of flan on chocolate cake with caramel. It is new. Yes. And then we have the gold musical rotating tin. So it is a popcorn bucket and it has a Disney Christmas scene or holiday scene on it. And it rotates. I think you
wind it up.
You wind it up. And so...
And it plays music.
Daniel's former boss has a great...
We can call her our friend now.
That's true.
She's my former boss. Our friend... bought this last year, but then was stuck carrying it around, and I'll have to see if she's okay with me posting the picture of her holding it on Splash Mountain, because she essentially carried around like a baby the entire day. And
she has like teenage kids, so the fact that she had a baby to have to cart around, which was a popcorn tin, I just found quite funny that she was like, I will never buy it again.
Anyway, we'll be getting a locker.
We'll be getting it a little home for the day. We're going to get it right away and then put it in a locker. And
we could decorate our locker like a little Christmas scene with all the different Christmas stuff we buy. I don't know what I'm saying. Let's move on.
Oh my goodness.
The Disney Eats Foodie Guide to Disney Festival of Holidays. What's the Festival of Holidays? You've experienced it. I haven't.
Yes. So the Festival of Holidays, they have these little carts that they bring out that house the food, and I believe there are 8 of them. It's the same carts that are out for Lunar New Year, which we are much more familiar with. And so the carts have different food, and you can get a lanyard that has little passes on it that they break off when you buy the food. We have found it most convenient to buy all the food we want at one place, hand over all of our little tabs, and then they give us a receipt. And then you just take the receipt to each one of the different booths and in the pickup line and grab your food, because otherwise you have to wait and double the amount of lines every single time.
And so it's not completely obvious that you can do that. So it's nice to be able to order at a small cart and pick it up at the other carts.
Because the first time we did that for Lunar New Year, we didn't know that. And so we waited in double lines every single time. So the first one on the list is A Twist on Tradition is the name of the booth.
There's a lot of mac and cheese, right? Like that was a hallmark last year for you. There was not that you ate it, but you noticed.
No,
it
was more of a complaint.
Okay, complaint. Well,
I cannot eat mac and cheese.
That being said, the first thing I highlighted was the savory Kugel mac and cheese. Almost said Kegel mac and cheese. With herb, breadcrumbs, sour cream, and chives. So
our youngest will be eating some of that. Now, I will say some of the mac and cheese servings seemed the proportions were a good size, and others did not look like that. So I don't know if it's who is dishing it up or what. So it'll be interesting to see what the serving sizes are like this year. These usually run $9 plus, but it's like a snack size serving.
Yeah.
The lanyard that I was talking about can get it for a little bit cheaper. I think it's like $8 per item, but
it's like a fun taste these interesting dishes type of thing.
So it's an experience. You're paying for an experience, not necessarily the quantity of food.
Did you have anything highlighted at a twist on tradition?
No.
How about brews and bites?
My next one was brews and bites. There's mostly alcohol with this one, but there is the impossible chorizo queso fundido. Just fun to say, with house-made tortilla chips. I am dairy intolerant, so I was excited because their queso is dairy-free. It's not a new item, so I might have to look up what people said about it last year. I'm interested to try it.
I skipped over like all the alcohol until I saw this, where it said churro ale with frozen beer slush, which definitely caught my eye, and it had my buzzword butterscotch in there. So churro ale with the frozen slush of beer, butterscotch, gingerbread, and house-made churro toffee syrups, which we cannot trade in one of the lanyard things you were talking about for this, unfortunately.
Yep. On to favorite things. I had this last year with Julie. The braised pork belly adobo with garlic rice. Very tasty. Definitely getting again. We might have to get two.
Because I highlighted it because you recommended it so much.
Because there will be 3 of us eating it. So we might have to get 2. For 2 people and eating at all the different places, because I think you get, I can't remember if it's either 6 tabs or 8 tabs. But for a meal and you're splitting it all, that's plenty. But for 3 people splitting it all, I think we're going to need 2.
Yeah, it's too bad you can't get like just a bigger portion of it. I have that highlighted. Do you have anything else highlighted there?
I want to try the Mad Santa macaron inspired by the Disney Plus series of Santa Clauses. I have no idea what that is.
You know the Santa Claus movie from the 90s?
Yeah, with
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen,
yeah. They've started a TV show with him now. They're on like the 2nd season.
Oh, he probably actually looks like Santa now.
Oh, no.
He's finally old. 30 years later. But it is chocolate macaron filled with ganache, peanut butter mousse, and salted pretzels. I am shocked
peanut butter mousse?
You did not highlight this.
I must not have seen it. I got blinded by the cold brews.
Because I have it like, so if I thought this might be interesting, but I don't know for sure if I want it, I just highlighted the bullet point. So that has just a bullet point highlighted. But
Where is this?
Right underneath the braised pork belly.
Mad Santa macaron. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, so when I saw you didn't highlight it, I was like, maybe I'm wrong for wanting this.
No, this sounds better than the other one I said I was really looking forward to. Peanut butter mousse and salted pretzel. Are you kidding me?
This is what happens when I give him homework when he's sick.
Sounds so good. Did you put anything else on here?
Yes. Same as you. Churro toffee cold brew latte.
All right.
So that is Joffrey's Coffee and Tea Company, Mexico orange and coffee, cinnamon, sugar, vanilla bean, and almond milk garnished with churro syrup, flavored whipped cream, and toffee crumble. So I'm hoping that since there's almond milk garnished, which I'm not 100% sure what that means, that it is friendly to dairy intolerant people, but it does have whipped cream. But
sounds so good.
I can hope that it's dairy free.
I'm going to be packing so much Lactaid.
I did notice people commenting on these guides of saying, can you please give guidance on which of these are gluten and dairy friendly, meaning intolerant friendly, which I thought that was an odd way for them to say it, but I knew what they meant. And other people saying, we wish you wouldn't put like cookie crumble or toffee bits or stuff like that on top of cold brews because they're gluten intolerant. And so I think there's some things that Disney could probably do to make it a little bit more friendly because there are a lot of people that can't cross certain lines. And sure, I give in and have dairy every once in a while, but no one else appreciates that.
I think they're making steps to it. Like it's pretty impressive what they can accommodate. But yeah, I agree. Are we on to Grandma's recipes?
Grandma's recipes.
I have the barbacoa tamal de rey with Oaxaca cheese, tomatilla salsa, and crema. It looks like a really good tamale. I like tamales, so.
I'm not a huge fan of tamales, so I highlighted the bullet point because I'm going to take a bite of Daniel's.
Side note, I would really like to try the Bellingham Tamale Company.
Okay.
On Cordata. Anyway.
On to holiday duets. Chocolate tart made with Twix cookie bar pieces. Sugar tart filled with caramel and chocolate mousse, topped with Twix cookie bar pieces and holiday sprinkles. This says it is new. I am almost positive Julie and I ate this last year. It was very good. We cut it in half and ate it like a cookie.
It looks very familiar. Although we have had a 100-year bar that was sort of a Twix shortbread situation.
Yeah, I'll have to ask Julie, but I'm pretty sure I remember trying to cut this pie in half while we were waiting to watch World of Color.
Making Spirits Bright. That's the next cart. Did we both put the pumpkin layered cheesecake on there?
No.
Okay. Pumpkin layered cheesecake, layers of New York style cheesecake, pumpkin gooey cake, and graham cracker topped with spiced chantilly and a chocolate decoration. It looks cool. It's a big maybe for me. So if we needed to knock something off of my list, that would be one.
That's the other thing, unless they increase prices. But using a tab from the lanyard isn't quite worth it for desserts because of how things are priced. So we'll have to see. If prices have increased this year, it might be worth it. But in the past, for Lunar New Year and that type of thing, if we wanted dessert, we just bought it all outright, unless we weren't going to use up all the other tabs. So
this is a
we'll
big
have
maybe
to
for
see.
me.
I know it's not a new item, and I know last year everyone loved it, and they kind of were like, "Why wasn't this here for Thanksgiving?"
Pumpkin's the worst.
Oh,
pie,
I'm sorry.
So
It will be there for Thanksgiving. I'm getting myself confused because this starts on November 10, which I don't think we mentioned. Pumpkin is not the worst pie.
it's one of my least favorite.
Your youngest
I'll
child
still
would
gladly
argue
eat it.
that.
I will still gladly eat it any day. Did you say anything else from this?
No, I have nothing on this sheet.
So merry mashups.
You're up?
Oh, really? Do you have any here?
No.
I highlighted 2. Southern mac and cheese with andouille sausage and spiced panko crunch. I like mac and cheese, and that sounds good. The maple hazelnut hot buttered rum. It's just a buttered rum. It's a drink that I don't get to try very often. That's sort of a festive, well-known drink. So I'll put that. Winter sliders. Oh, I'm sorry. Winter Sliderland.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. It's cute. Anything for you? Is it all just me?
I told you I have nothing on this page.
Togarashi Karagi chicken slider with furikake mayo slaw on Hawaiian roll. I'm a big fan of furikake on my rice. So I'm excited
Hawaiian rolls.
And I'm a big fan of Hawaiian rolls. Also, the beef brisket slider just sounds good with smoked onions and horseradish ketchup on a pretzel roll. Yes, please.
Okay, the cappuccino cart. We did not want to try that cake thing they had, but we do want to try their Cafe de Ola cold brew.
I want to try any cold brew.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to butcher this, but I will try.
Piloncillo? Oh boy.
I want to say Pinocchio.
Yeah.
But
Pinocchio sweetened coffee.
I looked it up, and it's just part of like a different way to process sugar. So it's sugar, sweetened coffee spiced with star anise, clove, and cinnamon topped with a hot chocolate cream cold foam. Sounds amazing.
This sounds weird, and that's why I want to try it. This is a situation where I was like, a cauliflower burger. I got to try this. This is what this sounds. Star anise being used in the flavoring sounds interesting, and I don't know which way it's going to go.
Now, you've used star anise when cooking before.
Yeah,
what was that for?
For soup.
Okay.
So I'm interested. I think it could work.
Pim's Test Kitchen, another cold brew.
Pim Test Kitchen has.
I'm sorry, did I say that wrong?
A cold brew infusion.
They get us with these no S's, like California Adventure, Pim Test Kitchen, but cold brew infusion, cinnamon and spice, cinnamon caramel cold brew with cardamom cream foam.
They've not had a bad cold brew at Pim.
They haven't. They hit the nail on the head every single time.
I hope they still have the one they had for Halloween, because I would like to try that one again.
Yes, the Witch of Westbrew. No,
Westview.
Westview.
Oh, Witch of Westbrew. That'd have been a great name for it.
Someone just
Honorary
messes it up, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna take
great
that."
Name, Witch of Westbrew, cold brew.
We should watch. Oh, that would have been a good Halloween show. What was the name of the show again? I can't remember. WandaVision. That'd have been a good Halloween show because Halloween's in it. We need to watch the Hawkeye show this Christmas.
Yeah, we got to watch the Hot Guy show.
This
Christmas.
If you want to watch
Same
a
thing,
Hot Guy
right?
show, that's. I hope you don't, but I will not. Your mother's
You
going to
get
listen.
one every day.
Your mother is going to listen to this. All right. Smoke Jumper Grill. So some of the regular restaurants, we didn't mention that as we switched over to regular restaurants, but they have items that you can use for the pass for the tabs.
Oh, this works with the Sip and Savor Pass,
Yes.
huh?
So smoked Empress Grill.
Kielbasa with pierogi. Kielbasa served with potato and cheese pierogies, sauteed peppers and onions, and Dijon sour cream. I really love kielbasa, and I've always loved the idea of pierogies, but I've never had them, so high on my list. Do you have anything from Sonoma Terrace? Or is that just me? Pan con pollo, braised chicken spice, tomato sauce, mayonnaise, and mustard dressing in a French bread roll, served with pickled vegetable slaw. And even in my head right now, I'm reading this, I'm like, why on earth did I pick this? I realize the picture up here is what it is, and it looks incredible.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's there.
If it didn't have spiced tomato sauce, I'd want to try it. All right, Studio Catering Company. The Studio Catering Company has the holiday turkey empanada. It is fried empanada filled with turkey, stuffing, and gravy with a cranberry dipping sauce. You and I both have that highlighted, so we may have to get two. We'll have to see.
So, yeah, it feels uncomfortably appropriated, but I do want to try it. We've taken an American Thanksgiving meal and shoved it in an empanada. That being said, yes, please.
We didn't do it. Disney did.
Yeah.
So
Hey, they get a pass, right? They get a lot of passes.
they do.
All right. Where are we at?
Tehran treats. I have down the hot chocolate churro, hot chocolate chili churro with chocolate and chili streusel, mini marshmallows, and hazelnut spread. Now, I somehow missed the
Interesting.
chili part, so
I'm in.
you might be eating most of
I
it.
didn't highlight it, but I'm in. That sounds great.
Okay, don't worry, everyone. We're almost done. Food is so good.
Yeah, this is a full-on food episode.
Even if you're not going to Disneyland for Christmas, I would recommend looking this foodie guide up to just see the pictures, and maybe it can give you some ideas. I know for family gatherings, I sometimes I'm like, I have no idea what to bring. And maybe like churros, that's hard to make, right? But the other things, maybe this will give you an idea of what you can make and bring to your family gathering. So you can maybe bring the Disney food into your own home if you're a good cook. I'm not. I can bake. Daniel can cook. That's what he cooks for our family. But some of these things we might be trying if we really like them at home.
Yeah.
So just this outdoor vending location. So I guess we'll be searching the park for this. Chicken chili verde empanada served with a side of slaw and salsa roja. Sounds good?
Yep.
Looks good. So I'll give it a try.
Man, I almost highlighted the honey glazed turkey leg.
It even has a pineapple.
We could take that tip where the guy brought in his own King's Hawaiian rolls and made turkey
Yeah.
sandwiches. This actually might be the turkey leg to do it with, too.
That is, if your family comes, let's do it.
Well, they'll think we're so cool. They'll finally give me some respect.
All right. Seasonal snack locations throughout the park. So again, we're going to have to search for this. Oh, what?
Did you get another empanada? How many empanadas are you eating?
I didn't even realize it was the same one.
That's the exact same
It's
one.
like you and the gingerbread. Ooh, this
Chicken
sounds
chili
good.
verde empanada served with a side of slaw and salsa
It must be
raw.
because we have COVID. All right. The churros near Goofy Sky School. Fresas? I think they have a typo.
I should have highlighted this one, but go ahead.
Isn't it supposed to be frescas?
I'm-
It's been way too long since I took Spanish. I don't
Well,
remember.
no, fresca something, but
Con crema coated with cinnamon
nope,
sugar.
they're correct. That is the thing.
Really? What is it?
Or
Does it-
strawberries and cream.
does
That's
it mean fresh?
It means strawberries and cream, apparently. Is fresas strawberries?
Apparently, I didn't learn that in Spanish. So, fresas con crema coated with cinnamon sugar and topped with strawberries saturated in condensed milk.
Yeah, I'm going to
Sounds
highlight
decadent.
That sounds good. Not as decadent as the next churro. The Yule log churro. Cream-filled chocolate churro with berry drizzle and powdered sugar. Also, what looks like full-on chunks of chocolate on top,
Yep.
too.
That I have highlighted as well. Guess we'll be sharing.
Well, and the specialty churros come in 2 pieces, too. So those are easy
Yeah,
to
there's
share.
3 of us.
We'll just have to tell our youngest that it's gross.
All right.
Oh.
One more churro.
Chocolate peppermint churro is the last one that I have highlighted.
Same.
Churro coated with crushed candy canes and drizzled with chocolate and vanilla sauce. I'm a big sucker for crushed candy canes. It's kind of like my Christmas salt. I'm always tempted to carry a shaker full of it around in my pocket around this time of year.
Oh, man. I love peppermint and chocolate together. Growing up, We did not, well, probably when I was like 18, 19, 20, and I was going to community college, so I was living at home. My parents did not buy creamer for coffee. And so I would have coffee and I would take a peppermint candy from Christmas time out into the garage, use my dad's hammer, whack the peppermint candy to break it, and then stir it into the coffee with hot chocolate mix. And that was how I made a coffee that I could drink because we never bought creamer.
Wow.
Ever. So peppermint and candy cane and that type of thing. And, you know, growing up, you would make hot chocolate or hot cocoa and put a candy cane over the side, right? And then you'd keep checking the candy cane to see how much, like a mini candy cane, how much had melted into the cup. Do you ever do that?
Yeah, this is why you got that job as a barista. They don't just hire anybody. Showed the skills.
My last item is actually in downtown Disney at Tortilla Joe's. I've never eaten there, but they have a tamale trio. I'm not a huge fan of tamales, but it looks amazing in this picture. And it's pork, beef, and chicken mole. And we might have to eat downtown.
I'm so hungry.
Me too, actually.
I bet Jazz Kitchen is going to have some banging beignets. It's going to be so good.
Yeah. Holiday ones or regular?
I don't even know. I mean, their regular ones are very good. I didn't try their specialty ones, which I'm kicking myself because it was a pecan, like French toast flavored one, which, yeah, that's right up my alley.
I wasn't there to tell you
No.
to eat it, so you didn't, huh? Oh, man.
We got like 9 of them, and it was just me and my mom, and we ate them all. I couldn't justify.
My mom and I.
Yeah, I couldn't
Or my mom
justify
and me.
getting another set.
So there is the holiday food guide and the festival
The festival?
The Festival of
Of the
Holidays
Holidays.
Food Guide, or Festival of Foods, as I will probably forever call it. Yeah, so there's a lot of good items here that we are looking forward to eating. A lot of sweets, so we're going to have to find some protein to eat there too. Otherwise, my heart
sides of
rate's
bacon.
going to be nuts. What's your top 2?
Filipino Feast Burrito and the Thanks Ma Sandwich. Those are my
Okay.
top 2.
Yeah, Thanks Miss Sandwich is mine. We'll see if that holds true once I actually eat it. And my other one was the Yule Log Churro.
That one does look very good.
Cream-filled chocolate churro with berry drizzle and powdered sugar. So there's my top 2. I might have others in there. That we went over so much food, I've kind of forgotten.
Yeah. there's a
But
lot.
So what I do now that we have all this highlighted, I make a Google Doc and I sort it by Disneyland versus California and Adventure. And then I sort it by land and then by restaurant. And I put all of our foods in there and then I highlight them. For this one, it will probably be green for me that I wanted it, red for Daniel that he wanted it, and then probably yellow if we both wanted it, because I can't think of another Christmas color, but yellow's kind of like gold.
All right. Well, that was a nice long chat about food. Thank you for sticking with us for a very food heavy episode.
Next episode is going to be about what we're looking forward to in our trip, our actual trip, and also our outfits of choice for the trip.
And we're going to dip into our first foray into renting DVC points, Disney Vacation Club points, because we've never done that before, and we may have done that
And
recently.
we still have not.
No, sorry, Shannon. I'm sorry. Shannon has dipped her feet into renting DVC points. That's what we got. So thank you so much for listening. Find us on most forms of social media at OfMiceandMatterhorns, except on Twitter or X. We are at MiceMatterhorns because our handle was too long. Give us a rating on your podcast application of choice and let me know, because I'd love to read it. We can put it on here and maybe get you a pin, send it your way. But share, like, all that. Let us know what you'd like to hear, what we can do differently, and what you enjoyed. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And have
A Disney day.
Your attention, please. Of Mice and Matterhorns has now ended its normal operating episode. We thank you for your visit to our podcast and hope that the memories that you made will bring you back soon.